Thursday morning, 4 a.m. Singapore time, I'm going to pull myself out of the bed, turn on the big screen, and listen to Donald Trump give his Liberation Day tariff announcements. There's been a lot of discussion about what Trump might announce in terms of tariffs. I'm going to say something a little bit controversial right now. I'm going to say it really doesn't matter what policy he announces that the U.S. is going to pursue. Now, why am I saying that? Well, let me give you a little story, and that'll put my thoughts in perspective. Yesterday, I got a call from a friend. He's the head of research at one of the private banks here in town. And he said to me, and we were discussing the sloppiness of the market. The S&P is down about 2.5% over the last week. We've come about 8% off the highs. And he was sort of saying, well, that's because of, the Trump's tariffs. And I said, well, I kind of was being persnickety. I said, that's not what you said on television the other day. And he said, what do you mean? That is what I said. And of course, I was splitting hairs. And I said, no, what you had said was it was uncertainty about Trump's tariffs that was creating the volatility and the sloppiness in the market. And he said, yeah, you're right. I did say it was uncertainty. And I said, you're not really unique in saying that. Most people were saying it was the uncertainty. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, then what we want to see from Trump's announcements on Liberation Day is we want to see some clarity, some certainty about what the U.S. tariff policy is going to be. If it was uncertainty that was hurting the market, and that makes sense, uncertainty hurts the market because businesses want certainty so they can plan. People want to know what tariffs might cost them for buying things so they can buy stuff or make their budget for things. There's a lot of uncertainty kind of causes people to freeze up and not do things. And that, of course, is bad for the economy, right? So basically, what we want is the end of uncertainty. Even if the policy that Trump announced is suboptimal, as long as it seems like it's well thought out, it's clear, and they're going to follow through with it, I think the market is going to react pretty positively. Well, what are the odds that that's going to happen? Well, if you think about the way things have been going for the last month, we started off with Trump saying maximum tariffs, reciprocal tariffs, modified reciprocal tariffs light. At the beginning of this week, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal that all that was out the window and they were just going to ring fence the United States with 20% tariffs, basically have tariffs on all imports coming out of the country, which is completely different from where they started. So basically, over the last month, at least the signaling that we've got, or the reports we've got from the media, U.S. policy is just a big hot mess. There's no direction. Now you could say, well, it doesn't matter what they've been talking about for the last month as long as they announce something. But I don't think it's as simple as that. It just seems like coming up with a tariff policy, there's a lot of complexity to it. So you should have figured out what your general direction of your policy is going to be like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, so you could work out the details, and then on your Liberation Day, you could present a fully formed policy for the public. And then the public would feel like they have some certainty. So based on the way things have been going, I don't think we're going to get the certainty we want tomorrow, which of course that's a negative for the market. Now, is it a big negative? No, I don't think so, because the same sort of logic that I just showed there, I think anyone can figure it out. Anyone can see that things are a little bit screwed up. So I don't think the market is particularly priced in that they're going to get a lot or the kind of clarity about the future tariff policies that maybe they would be hoping for. So if Trump's talk tomorrow is a little bit suboptimal, if it still leaves a bunch of open questions, I don't think it's going to be so bad for the market. On the contrary, though, if Trump surprises us and does present a policy that seems to be pretty well formed and does offer the market some clarity, like I said before, even if that policy is suboptimal, not the best policy, I think the market would be so glad to kind of get this over with. I think you're going to see the stock market go up. Now, I'm going to finish up by talking about something that's been doing well while there is all this uncertainty going on. And that, of course, has been gold. Gold has been on a tear. I think it's up 17% year to date. So the same kind of uncertainty about what's going on, which has been causing the equity market to be sloppy, has been pushing up gold prices. So if we get more uncertainty tomorrow from Trump or not a very clear policy, I think gold will continue to go up. But if we do get, like I said, a pleasant surprise and they present something that does seem pretty close to a well thought out, fully formed trade policy, I think gold will come off a bit. And we're going to have a really change in what's going on. And instead of the equity market being sloppy and the gold market being very strong, we could have a period of time with the equity market strong and the gold market being sloppy. Now, those are pretty bold predictions. We'll see if I'm right. In the meantime, have a good week.